Welcome to this meditation group on October 19th, 2023. And some of us are here in person and some are online, and some will listen to this later, but we're going to begin a meditation. Now, our discussion has been about writing a personal credo statement. And if anybody needs a front and back handout of this credo, the form that helps you develop a personal credo statement, I can supply that for you. But we'll be asking some questions during this meditation that are related to the personal credo statement. And the whole idea about this meditation is to reflect on who you've been, who you are, and who you're going to be, and how you account for overcoming some of your faults, frailties, mishaps, blunders, and also looking at how you've grown and are coming into who you are as true self. So let's just begin here and getting comfortable in whatever way is important for you. Those of us here are sitting in chairs. Some lie down. Sometimes people even walk around when they meditate. In whatever way is most beneficial for you. And the idea is to close your eyes, put your focus and attention on the inside, and begin to breathe deeply, and start following your deepening breath. And the breath is gentle. It's simply slowly moving in the nose, just trickling down ever so slightly the throat and the chest and the rib cage, the solar plexus, the sacral area, and into the lower belly. And then slowly sending the breath back up. Find your own rhythm and cadence. It doesn't have to be the same as anyone else, and there isn't any particular right way to do this. Whatever you're doing is right. You might think you're breathing too fast or too slow, most likely too fast, but that's all right. Just make it your intention to come into a bit of a slower breath, even a whispering, soft and gentle breath. And continue at your own pace while I guide you through the next parts. You can be responsible for your own breathing, making it what you need for it to be to come into calm and peace and stillness and silence, surrender, simplicity of the present moment, allowing, giving yourself over to the power of the breath. During this time, you may remember some things that are uncomfortable as you look back over your life or even at your life currently. And remember that you can always, instead of being immersed into the experience, especially if you notice yourself being overwhelmed emotionally or otherwise, you can always come back to an observer position and watch. Be the watcher, the witnessing presence, practicing presence, as you look at what has happened in your life with as much neutrality as you can, and possibly even compassion for you. And remember this too, a phrase that I learned a long time ago regarding anything that's going on currently or in the past. We can follow this model. All you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough. And even applying that to your past life actions and mistakes, you did the best you could in every situation. Let's be gracious to yourself and others. And I wrote out something on this credo statement form that you may or may not resonate with or agree with, but just consider it for a moment. It goes like this: I am a powerful being of light from a realm of light. As a light being, I came here to dispense love to everyone. I am love and light wherever I am. I have everything I need within me, an infinite supply of resources, so I can be the powerful creator of my own experience. Everything in my life is occurring for me, not to me. There are no mistakes, only lessons. I don't need to be fixed. I'm not broken. I am already my perfect self. I only need to remember who I am as a reflection of the divine. I have all the joy and peace and love in me that I need to live my life with power, purpose, and fulfillment. Take a moment now and begin to consider, as you maintain that deeper breathing, consider your best qualities and characteristics. What do you like the most about you? What is it about you and what you have represented in this life that you are most pleased with? Consider that for a moment. And do it in an encouraging way for you. As if you're recognizing something about you that are the best qualities that you have. Let's stop for a moment and do that. Think about that in your own mind. What's good about you? What do you hear from other people? What do you know about yourself that you can acknowledge right now, at least in your own mind? Think about that. Consider it. And feel good about it. Now, what is it about you that you're not pleased with? How have you brought harm to yourself or others? In what ways have you made mistakes or didn't measure up to someone or even fail at completing a task? What are your biggest blunders? Think back over your life and consider that. Again, be neutral if you can. If it's hard, rise above it. Look at it from the above position. Don't be overwhelmed by it as much as is possible. Observe it, be the witness, and even have compassion for yourself and your behavior and your actions, what you've done or what somebody has done to you that was hurtful, harmful, challenging, difficult, demeaning, degrading, may have been things that assisted you in losing your own sense of worth and value, and even any positive esteem that you could have for yourself. Just observe. And then as you look back over your life, even in reflection on those challenging moments where you didn't measure up, how have you grown from that? How have you experienced growth and development? And what positive changes have you made for yourself? You could even be encouraging to yourself with this reflection too. You have done things to help and assist in your growth. What have you done to even seek out help from yourself or others? What way have you improved? In those situations that we just talked about where there were blunders, what kind of growth steps did you make from that? How have you become a better person? Remain within the calm breath. During this whole process, you may have noticed things about what your body was doing, what you were feeling, sensing, what your mind was doing, your emotions. Again, just observe with kindness. And this next part may be a little bit more difficult. We don't often think in reference to a fully realized self, a true self, a higher self, more of an ascended representation of you. Abraham Maslow called it the self-actualized self. Could be the divine self, the infinite self, the eternal self. Some awareness of you in your best possible state. You must have hints at that. Just imagine that that aspect of you is always with you. The perfect self. And what we've just accounted for may make it difficult to consider that, to consider the most realized, essential aspect of you. But it's true, it's there, always with you. The Buddhists call it the true nature. In Judaism, it's the Imago Dei. The image of God. In Taoism, it's the uncarved block. A pure, pristine, perfect nature within you. It gets to be manifested in certain ways. It comes out, it already has, and many times during your life. Even when you were a child, possibly even more as a child, that childlike spirit, full of wonder and awe. Playful. And consider that for a moment. Consider the best representation of you as you visualize your best self, the greatest version of who you could imagine yourself to be. And what are the characteristics of this finest self? See these qualities and envision yourself representing them in specific situations in your life. How would you carry that out? If you can see that, see this most improved version of you, maybe the things that you've longed for quite a long time, things that you've desired and wanted to be. You feel like you haven't measured up to that, but that's okay. We're putting that aside. You still have that vision. Keep the vision for now, and then bring it into this present moment as if it's being lived out now. How could you see it being applied to your life? What would that best version of you do in your relationships, in your home life, with your family, at work, in your community? Who would you be as your best self? And based on all this, you may want to write your own credo statement. Some of us here have already done that. And I'll read an example. I have lived my life through the years in a way that has been advantageous and helpful, yet also harmful. I have hurt myself and others. I have not been perfect. I have made mistakes, and I'm working to forgive myself for my shortcomings and to seek forgiveness where this is possible. I have been able to grow and increasingly become the person I want to be, and I am proud of these changes. I can see my future self, and there are qualities and characteristics that I aim to implement. Who I am as a divine being of light who is loving and caring to myself and others is beginning to be realized in my life even now. This is the truth for me as I understand it currently. And now, as we draw this to a close, I want you to, I would like for you to come into a space of love and kindness, compassion, care for you. You're doing the best that you can do. And you will improve and grow, develop. That's what happens in this life that we've been given. We have every opportunity to grow, and we are. So let's just begin to come back now from present in this room or the room that you're in. Coming back into your body, moving around if you need to, stretching, extending yourself. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes.